What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I wanted today to do a video that I'm asked for a lot, and a lot of people ask me what are my favorite beauty products. These aren't necessarily products that I use on clients because I use so many different products on clients. This is what I have learned works best for me and what I really do enjoy. I do use some of these products on clients, but these are products that work best for me, and you should probably give them a try to see how well they work for you. So I'm gonna try to go through the order of which I use these products. Some people might already be using these products and they like them, or some people might not like them. Just remember that products work differently for different people and different skin types. That's what I will say. So to start out, I've raved about this before. I used to use a beauty blender. It's dirty, I know. I used to use those nonstop. Like, I had a ton of them. They get really expensive. They're $20 a pop. So, but I like a Real Techniques sponge. That one's dirty too. I have to clean them. But I really like Real Techniques. They're like $5. You can get a 4-pack at Target, I think, for 18. It's like 17 and some change. Real Techniques are really good sponges. Don't sleep on them. I know when beauty blenders come out, we all had to go get them. And I thought they were the most amazing blenders too. And that's all I wanted to use. But it's not necessarily like the best thing. There are better. I prefer a sponge over a brush. That's just me personally. That's what works best for my skin. For primer, I of course go for the Poreless Putty Primer. This comes in different shades. I think there's a yellow tone, a pinky tone, and a completely translucent version of this. This, to me, is an absolute game changer if you have large pores. This really fills in those pores. Doesn't clog them up, but it fills them in. It gives your skin like this, oh my gosh, what is the word I'm looking for? It gives it like this, this photoshopped look to me. I really like this. I use this every time. I do use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty on clients. You can never go wrong with this. I used to use the Poreless by Benefit, and then I discovered this, and I have not went back. So this is the primer that I do use. So, a lot of people don't know about this foundation. I've spent a lot of money on foundations trying to see what's the best. I use so many different foundations for clients. For me, I think I just spit a little bit. For me, my skin is very difficult when it comes to foundations. It's very hard to match my skin tone for some reason because it is kind of red sometimes. But I will tell you this, and a lot of different foundations break my skin out. But I about dropped it. But I did find, I found this at Target Beauty one day, and I was like, I'll give that a go and see how it is. It's the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. It has salicylic acid, so it does help fight acne while you're wearing your foundation. This, to me, besides my foundation, is one of the best foundations. This is like good for on the go every day. Mine is a studio foundation, so it's better for like photo shoots and stuff. But this Acne Fighting Foundation is the best foundation I think I've ever used. And I've used so many. Like, I have bags and bags of foundation. This is the best one for my skin. I love the way it sits on my skin. It doesn't like sink into fine lines and wrinkles. I mean, this just sets so amazing on my face. It doesn't make me look like the Crypt Keeper or anything. So I really like this foundation. Next, this is something I really had to work at finding because I do crease up underneath my eyes really bad, and I do have lines around my eyes. There are two that I use The 16 Hour Camo Concealer I really like. And then the e.l.f. Hydro Camo Concealer. Both of these work really, really well. I will be honest with you, I can't really tell a difference in the formulas. I have tried both. I really like them, but I will tell you, I conceal underneath my foundation before I put my foundation on. It just looks the best for me. That's what I have found works best for my skin. So if you have never tried, try concealing before you put your foundation on. A lot of people don't know, but you can put your highlight and contour on before your foundation. Number one, it saves you foundation. Number two, it's this beautiful, like, lit from within kind of tone to your face. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've tried, what I was taught professionally and then what I have learned from watching YouTube. Doing your highlight and contour before you put your foundation, I feel it's less cakey, and it just is this natural beauty that comes in through your foundation, and you use way less foundation. So these two are two of my favorites. Okay, moving on. Okay, so when you go to set your face, I have used so many setting powders. I really like Ben Nye, but I also really, really like Revolution. It's really Makeup Revolution, but it's Revolution Translucent Powder. I really like this powder. It works really good for with my skin and with my foundation. So that is one of my favorites. You can order this on their website or you can find it at Ulta. If I'm going to powder contour, I'll tell you what I go with. I go with the Wet n Wild contour palette. I use this one, and I have two different shades. This is just the one I pulled from my desk. And then the Hoola, I use this mini. It's this mini. People are like, why you have the mini? Get the big one. Well, the big one is pretty expensive, I will be honest. This mini will last you a long time. So to think this is like $15 at Ulta, go with a mini. I mean, it will last you a long time if you're not trying to spend like $1 million on your makeup. So if I want to powder contour, that's what I use. If I want to cream contour, I use the NYX. And I know these are really dark. I just use a couple of dots and then I blend it out with my Beauty Blender or my Real Techniques sponge. These two, I love this, oh, my brain just slipped. I love these two, I love all their shades, but the formula of these concealers, it's absolutely gorgeous. It looks so beautiful to contour with the NYX concealers. If you haven't tried them, try them. You can get them at Target. I think that they're between $3 and $6, I think, for one of these. I have them in every shade because I do use those on clients too. These are my two that I usually use on myself. I know they're dark. It doesn't take that much. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, NYX. Oh, I did forget something. So, because I tried to go in the order of doing my makeup, but Black Radiance, their color correcting palette, this, I think you can still get this. It's called True Complexion CC palette. I think you can still get this at Target and at Walmart. This is, as you can see, I've used the yellow. What people, I think, sometimes do, and they'll, like, cover their face in, like, green color corrector. If you have acne, if you have rosacea, if you have, like, a scar, you don't have to cover your face in green to cover that. Green does cancel out red, but yellow also cancels out red. So, as you can see, mine is, like, about gone. This cream palette is absolutely amazing. Like, I love this. So, that, too. I'm, like, putting stuff over here so I don't re-pick it back up. Okay, moving on. So, if you've watched any of my videos, you guys know that I love the e.l.f. the e.l.f. palettes. They're $14 for a palette. You get 18 shadows in a palette. They are the most absolutely gorgeous shades. This Earth and Ocean is like one of my favorite palettes. It's been very used. I love this. I got this retro because it was just kind of funky. This is different. Like, this is very different, like, styles. Like, I mean, I mean, I've used it a lot, but it is not as used as, like, the Earth and Ocean palette. That's one of my favorites. So those are 3 of my favorite e.l.f. palettes. I mean, you can't go wrong with a Jeremy Vanaver palette. I mean, if you're doing anything that's just a natural kind of look, you can't go wrong with the Master palette. I need to be honest. And then this is probably one of the palettes that I lean towards the most when I'm doing like a creative, like super colorful look. I really go for this palette. How gorgeous. Like, look at this green. Like, how absolutely beautiful is that? So this is the Carnival Pro Palette, XL Pro Palette times Stacey Marie. They have a new version of it. This is the second version of the palette. This has 3 highlighters in it also. I think the new one has more eyeshadow pans, and they took the highlighters out. But this is made by Be Perfect Cosmetics. It's one of my favorite makeup brands. If you've watched my channel, I do a lot of looks. I absolutely love that Carnival palette. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so moving on to eyelashes. So one of my favorite go-to is Allure London. These are the Luxe Faux Minx. I got these at Target. I bought every pack that they had. I usually don't like a thick band on my eyelashes or a black band. I like to use the clear bands, but I got so many packs of these and I absolutely fell in love with them the first time I used them. This is my go-to when I shoot my videos and I wear eyelash. Usually it's an Allure eyelash. They're absolutely gorgeous. And what I do, and this is a little trick, if your eyelash band is like thick and you have trouble like putting them on, take the ends of them and kind of rub them like this, kind of like move them and break that band in, and they will set on your eye way better than just pulling them out and popping them on. It moves that band, it gets it flexible, and it will sit on your eye way better. Okay, moving on to glue. So, I mean, I'm not like a super picky person with glue. A lot of glue, like lash glues, are pretty much the same, especially if you're not going to wear a lash for a super long time. If you're a YouTuber, you're doing makeup tutorials, you don't have to be super picky about lash glue. Now, if you're working on a client or you're personally going to have those lashes on for a while, I suggest to go with the Duo. I like the black. I like the clear. I usually lean more to the clear, but I use both. I'm not picky about it. This is my favorite go-to lash glue. So I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah. One more thing. So I have used a ton of mascaras, like a ton, just to like see what they're all about, you know. And I always go back to one, and it happens to be from my brand. It's the Jeremy Vanaver Volume Mascara. I mean, what can I say? And I'm not just saying this because it's my brand. This mascara builds the most beautiful volume. It's one of my #1 selling products from my brand. People absolutely love it. It's just a good product. So I have to say it's my favorite because it really is. So yeah, that's my favorite mascara. This e.l.f. Okay, so when it comes to setting spray, I have 2 different setting sprays in my brand. But I recently discovered this e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set, and I really, 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 really like this setting spray. I'm not one of those people that is like all about the setting spray. You know, people are like, for like 20 minutes. Like, I'm just not about that. But this is a really good setting spray. So, I know a lot of these products that I have talked about today, a lot of them are drugstore. They're not super expensive. I think you can get almost all of these at Walmart, Target, CVS. The Hoola, of course, you know, go to Ulta or somewhere to get that. Oh, and Makeup Revolution, you can get that at Ulta. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if they have that at if they carry the brand in Sephora. You can also order it from their website. Mostly all the products that I really like. I mean, there's a couple like Be Perfect. You know, you can order from their website. I'm not sure if they're sold in Ulta or not. I don't think I've ever seen them in there. Makeup Revolution is sold in Ulta. They have really good eyeshadows too. But yeah, guys, those are my favorite products, my go-to personal products that I like to use whenever I do my makeup. If you guys want to try them and let me know how they work for you guys. And thank you guys again for tuning in to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.